Happy New Year! After 95 years, today, one of Disney's most precious assets, Mickey Mouse, enters the public domain and we can all use it. But there are a few big exceptions, so don't just go putting Mickey on a t-shirt and start selling it just yet. First, you have to understand it's not this Mickey Mouse I'm talking about. It's actually this Mickey Mouse, specifically, the Steamboat Willie version of the iconic cartoon character that Walt Disney himself introduced to the world in 1928, and the 1928 version of Minnie Mouse. Those two are the ones I'm talking about. In the United States, we have copyright laws that protect assets that belong to inventors and artists and companies, so others can't take and profit off their work. But after 95 years in this country, that protection expires and the asset enters what's called the public domain, meaning anyone can use it, copy it, share it, build on it, and profit off of it, with several exceptions. Now, it's also important to know those copyright protections have been changed several times over Mickey's lifetime. In fact, originally, a copyright would only last for the life of the author plus 50 years, or 75 years from publication, or 100 years after creation, whichever was shorter. But in 1998, Disney successfully lobbied Congress and they extended it to 95 years from publication, or 120 years after creation, whichever is earlier. The unofficial name of that law, by the way, is the Mickey Mouse Protection Act. And since the law hasn't been extended again, as of today, January 1st, 2024, Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse is no longer copyright protected. But as I said at the beginning, that does not mean you can necessarily slap the image on a t-shirt and then sell it. There are major rules that still do apply, even to the Steamboat Willie image of Mickey Mouse. 1. You cannot use him in a way that misleads consumers into thinking that your work is produced by or sponsored by Disney. That means if you produce, say, like Mickey ears, and then you slap Steamboat Willie's picture on them, and then you sell them, you may get a cease and desist from Disney, because they too sell these ears, and your version, even though you're using Steamboat Willie, may confuse the consumer. You also, by the way, cannot use the words Mickey Mouse on any work you produce using the Steamboat Willie version. And 2, you obviously cannot use the new version of Mickey Mouse, because that one is obviously still under protected copyright law. Also, just a word between me, you, and the light post, Disney is very protective of its image, its characters, and its merch. So if you are going to use the Steamboat Willie version of Mickey to make some money, just make sure you have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed, because Disney has a very large legal team.